Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm coming in with a voiceover. So I filed them a little bit to shape. Just there, I didn't put the base coat on, I forgot, so I wiped off the purple gel polish that I popped on, and I've done a base coat using my Cart base coat. That's the one I usually use. The purpley pinky coloured gel polish that I'm using now is actually from eBay. I cannot pronounce it. It was a set. I don't know what it's called. It's foreign. I wouldn't even be able to pronounce it. So yeah, so I am gonna paint. I'm gonna do two coats with all the colours. So these two are being purple, and the next nail is going to be a very, very light grey. I will link the set down below. The grey that I'm going to be using is absolutely stunning. It's such a cool grey. It's not like it's not got like a dark tone to it or a dark pigment. It's really cool. So I do like that grey. These are like Christmassy, glittery kind of nails. Oh no, sorry, it's white. I'm thinking of the other set that I've just done. Massive mistake there. So yeah, this one's white. It is going to be coloured with glitter if I remember. I literally done these like an hour ago, so I don't know how I forgot what colours I've used. Yes, that one's going to be white. They are all going to have two coats. So yeah, I will just let you guys keep watching, and if you did like the set at the end of the video, or if you want to pause it, feel free. Please pop a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment. I do love people commenting. I always comment back. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. Yeah, so I'll let you guys carry on watching. I do go in with the second coat off camera just to save time. It does take me a while to do the gel polish because I like to make sure it's really even. As you can see, I'm constantly turning it around, going back the other way. Yeah, so I do like it to be really, really even. So it does take me quite a while to do the gel polish. So I will let you watch and I'll be back in a second. So I'm just showing you here, these are the first ones that I've done for like one hand. Yeah, so I just thought I would quickly show you, and that's the 3D bauble. It's got glitter inside, and it's like a chain on top, a metal chain, which you have to cut. I got those off of, where did I get those from? Shein ages ago, like months ago. If I can find them, I will leave the link below. Yeah, this is just kind of like a faded glitter, so I'm not going all the way up the top. I'm just fading it lightly at the top, if that makes any sense. So there's not kind of like that harsh line. Yeah, I usually use like a really thin brush to fade it out, but it worked fine with the gel polish brush. So I just did that. The white one is all going to have glitter all over it. This is a super, super easy, quick set. Usually I like to do lots of designs, and I like to do like oh my God, what am I looking for? What word am I looking for? Like draw. I like to draw like faces and do different types of nail art. That's what I've been doing quite a lot of, but I just thought this time just do a simple set. Quite a cute, girly, Christmassy kind of set. So that's what I did. This pigment powder that I'm going to use, oh my God, it is stunning. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like a mermaidy kind of colour. I got that off of Shein as well. It was the only one I could find on Shein, like the only one. It's not called pigment powder. I think it's called nail powder. So that could have been why I couldn't find any more, because I was typing in pigment powder. Yeah, but I think the listing is called nail powder, but I will leave everything in the link in the description box below, just in case you want to go and have a look at anything. The nail tips are stiletto. I got those from Amazon. And I also have some coffin ones by the same seller. She sells them on Amazon and eBay. I think they're like $6.99, and I think there's a pack of 600. They are good quality. They're not flimsy, like cheap crap. They're not like that. They are really nice. So I'm doing the thumb with the pigment powder, and I did the pinky with the pigment powder. The only thing is I've used pigment powder before, and this pigment powder seems a little bit more thick, like kind of like thicker glitter pieces, whereas my other pigment powder is really fine. So this one's a little bit more chunky. So I'm just going to dust it off just to make sure that, you know, there's no pieces hanging on there when I do eventually top coat. I think this is, yes, so that's the top coat I'm using. It's Macar. It was a duo like kit. It came with the base coat as well. I got that off Amazon like ages ago. So I'm just kind of doing a little flat circle just for now. So I'm not really building it up. I'm just doing a little bit of a flat circle. And I have some pink sort of glitter pieces that I want to put inside. This did take me quite a while because it is my first time doing a 3D bauble. I think I have done one before when I first ever started doing nails, like a few years ago, and it did not go to plan. It wasn't even a circle. Yeah, so I'm trying to make a circle out of these little glitter pieces, trying to make it as round as possible so it does look like it's a bauble. Obviously you don't want it to be square or oval or anything like that, you know, baubles are round, so I'm trying to make it look as round as possible. Yeah, so then I do put a couple of these in, then I put a little bit more top coat on top of that before I cure it, just to make sure that they're all going to be in place and they're not really going to move. Yeah, so I do go ahead and do that now. Again, not really building it up, I'm just putting a blob on top just to make sure that those glitter pieces aren't going to move around. You know, you don't want that. I do go in now with some silver. I didn't know whether to use silver or not, but I thought, you know what, just chuck it all in there, why not? Yeah, so this is where I'm just I'm not really building it up, I'm just going in a circle again, just around the pink that I've done, and then I'm going to go in with some silver little glittery pieces. Obviously I don't want to overdo it, so because I want you to be able to see the pink coming through as well, so I do only put a few. I don't like cover up all the pink, otherwise there was no point putting the pink down. Yeah, nice close up. Yeah, pretty. I love them, and that purple colour is so nice. I've got probably about 15, no I haven't, I've got about 20 purples, and I was there for ages trying to figure out what colour I wanted to use. So this is where I use a blob now, a big blob, to make it 3D, and I'm trying my hardest to keep it as a circle. I don't want it to go flat. So yeah, I'm just doing a big blob of it, if that makes sense. So it's still kind of risen, so it's kind of high, obviously, so that makes that 3D effect. That's the only way I can describe it. So I'm not flattening it out, I'm keeping it, can you see there? I'm trying to show you, so it's a blob to keep it high. And then I go in and cure that for 2 minutes because it's quite thick. I want to make sure it's cured all the way through. And I will be back in a second. And that is all cured. I just think it looks really pretty. I wish I'd done it a bit bigger, but because of the shape of the nail, it would have just gone down on the pointy bit and it wouldn't have looked right. So this did take me quite a while to cut them. So I'm counting how many little square pieces I need. I think it was 4, and then I nip it off with my cuticle nippers. And I actually use CJP gripper glue to hold these on. I love that glue, it's my go-to. I very, very, very rarely use any other glue unless I've ran out of that. But majority of the time I use CJP glue. Absolutely love it. I mean, it is gripper glue. I mean, that stuff sticks. So now this is where it just took ages. It just took frickin' ages. So I love this top coat because it's thick and that's why I like it. But I am running out. So I'm constantly having to try and dig in the bottom of there. I have about 10 other top coats. But this is just, I just love Macart top coat with this one anyway. I have got another Macart top coat, but it's a bit thinner. Whereas this one it's nice and thick. That's why I like it, because it really covers really well. Especially when you've done glitter, because sometimes really thin top coats, you can still feel that sharp kind of glitter, like texture. So I do try to use a thicker top coat when I'm using glitter, just so it's really nice and smooth. Sorry, I was just tipping it upside down then to try and get as much out as possible. Yeah, can you see? I'm just like digging, digging, digging. So I will let you watch this and I'll be back in a second. I mean, this is a bit boring, but you know, I'll leave it in there just to, you might want to see. Okay, so I've cured those for 60 seconds in my LED lamp. And now I'm going to use the CJP gripper glue. And I just do a really thin... Oh, no, I don't first. I was just thinking, did I do that or not? So sometimes glue can struggle to stick to a shiny surface. So I've just kind of buffed it lightly. And I'm just doing a thin strip kind of line where that metal kind of, I don't know what it's called. It's nail jewelry. That's what it was on Shein. You get 3 different kind of colours. Now this one matched perfectly because it's kind of like iridescent pinks in it. And then the other ones that I got are white and like just like a plain crystal one. Yeah, so they are quite long, so you have to nip them down to your size. And I left that to dry and popped them in my little nail box. So yeah, they do come with glue. I just haven't got any. I'm waiting for my order to arrive. How pretty! I chucked some glitter in there because I thought, oh, that would just make it look even more prettier. The glitter has not stuck to any of the nails. I'm just dusting them off, that's all. So they haven't stuck to the nails at all. But I think if I'm going to put glitter in there next time, I'm not going to use shards. I'm just going to put big chunky glitter inside the box. It just makes it stand out a bit more, makes it look pretty. Yeah, so that is what I did. And if you enjoyed, please subscribe. Again, as I say all the time, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.